Yo, welcome to Get Your Bars Off. So, I was supposed to do this a couple months ago, but I decided I'm gonna start doing it now. So, like I told you before, this is my podcast. Whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do. So, I want to talk about hip hop, R&B, battle rap, relationships, politics, whatever I want to do. So, today, I thought it was a good idea to just kind of start, right? So, today I'm gonna talk about relationships. I ain't no love guru. There's enough of them going around. I ain't no expert either. You know what I'm saying? I just got my observations, so I want to put those out there. So today's topic, or at least today's theme, what'll be named is learn to negotiate from a position of power. I'll explain. So yesterday, the game kind of put the internet in uproar with a tweet he put out. And the tweet reads as follows. I may be old school, but if I'm with a woman, she ain't paying no bills, no rent, no mortgage, no car note, no nails, no hair, no phone, no groceries. If she taking good home cooking and sexing me like she's supposed to, life on me, period. Yo, I ain't got no beef with that. I mean, that man's a multi-millionaire. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what he chooses to do, is what he chooses to do. What got me kind of thinking about this was I started seeing a lot of women post it. I saw celebrity women post it. I saw a lot of regular chicks post it too. People I follow. And I thought to myself, yo, that's crazy. Like, that's really what they think, right? That's nuts. So I started thinking about like what did it take to do that, right? So a little bit about me. I live in a suburb outside of Houston, right? I live in Houston, Texas. I live in a suburb outside of Houston, maybe like 20 minutes from like where I go kick it at downtown. I'll meet if you know where I'm at. I used to live in Dallas. I live in a suburb outside of Dallas, about 20, 25 minutes outside of downtown Dallas. So if I'm doing simple numbers here, 4,000 square foot home with all the trimmings you're gonna want, suburbs of Houston, looking at about a $3,000 house note, 27 to 3,000, depending what your credit score look like. 2 luxury cars, on low end luxuries go Lexus, looking at about 650 to 700 a piece. Groceries, hair, nails, you get the point, right? You start adding up. Now, assuming you both coming in debt free, no student loans, anything like that, you would need a man to clear. You're looking at about 6,000 to 6,500, 6 to 7,000 of overhead every month when you add in all the stuff you named. Mortgage, car note, you got a child daycare is $1,000 a month. I got a 3-year-old, $250 a week. Everything else. And then that's just overhead. That's just money you spending. We ain't got any savings. We ain't got any shopping sprees or going out getting some stuff. You're gonna need a man that clears. Now this is the difference, right? Clears 10 bands a month. 10 bands a month is $130,000 a year. 5,000 every 2 weeks, $130,000 a year. But he's clearing that. He's clearing that amount of money, which means he can pay for most of the bills out of one check. The next check can be a couple bands in savings or whatever. Then you got you going out, kicking it with people, you know. And I started seeing this, man, and I just thought, like, yo, man, like, that's crazy. There's a select few group of men who can do that. I mean, we being honest. So if you look up, statistically speaking, if you make over $150,000 in the United States, man or woman, you're in the top 8%, I think, 5 to 8%. No, 10 to 8%. Over 150. You're a black man, you move up to like the top 5%. You're just going off black men, not black women included. So the question is you're asking for a lot in that sense. Now, I'm not saying you should be going Dutch, like y'all shouldn't be roommates, but that expectation was kind of crazy to me. And to see women say, you don't see women pimping, and it's like, yo, he's an entertainer. He's gonna attain the amount of money that most people won't obtain in their lifetimes. Athletes, they sit in a different bag. Entertainers, actors, musicians, whatever, they sit in a different bag. So, you ladies, if that's what you want, that's cool. I'm not mad at you. But it's 524 dudes in the NBA. Go try to find one of them. NFL got some cats, you got some rappers, but understand what's going to happen. You're not negotiating from a position of power. I say that to say there are far more women than men, statistically speaking. Women have a longer list of criteria necessary that they want, that they won't, they're not willing to acquiesce. A man is looking for a beautiful woman for the most part. He can put up with a lot of stuff. A beautiful woman's what he's looking for. Women, some women, you got to be of a certain height. I just saw a post from a chick who I follow, and she was like, these are dudes who shouldn't come talk to me. Right? She's like, if you under, X amount of height wise, because I'm tall, if you're not in shape like I'm in shape, she work out heavy, if you're not, got your business together like me, cool. Don't lower your status, queen. Do what you do. I'm not mad at you. What I'm saying is that you are significantly limiting your pool of men. Period. I mean, this is just statistically speaking. You are statistically lowering your pool of men. That is just simple arithmetic. So, we're not even gonna get into the whole like of a dude say he want a chick in shape and he in a different bag, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not defecating on women, nor am I gonna throw my guys under the bus. I'm just giving y'all some game. So you gotta figure what you're looking. This is not realistic. So I saw Lala Anki post this. That makes sense, right? Lala, she trafficking a different set of men. Carmelo done made like $400 million in his NBA time. She trafficked in a whole different set of men. Yo, some of y'all chicks is wild delusional. Like, I thought that was funny, yo. Like, I thought that was funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had the means, cool. But I also think, and I think this is just being honest, if you have those means, chances are, I mean, not to say you're not going to be ish, but it's going to be hard to keep you, like, when you doing all that for somebody, it's hard to keep you, like, focused. I mean, you hear the stuff going around about options and high value men, and I'm not getting into all that because I get my baggage, and I'm just telling you that if you doing this, bruh, going out, I'm not telling you nothing. I'm just leaving. Like, getting dressed, I'll be back later. Like, it could just be going to get a drink. I could go sit in the parking lot, but if you're doing that, you're not going to tell me you're not going to feel a certain level of entitlement. So it goes back to my topic, right? Negotiating from a position of power. Ladies, again, doing just simple math, it's more y'all than it is of us. Y'all criteria are higher than ours. Y'all are more educated than us, and a lot of us. So yeah, you're powerful, but if you want a man, there's a certain level of acquiesce that you have to do. I'm not saying go date a dirtbag. I'm not gonna say the loser. There's a certain level of acquiesce you have to do. Period. I mean, it's just what it is, right? So I use this example. If you lost your job at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, and you apply for jobs all 2020 and don't get a job, in 2021, New Year hits, new you get a job interview. You go on that job interview with a certain amount of money you have in your brain that you're going to accept. Let's say it's $100,000. Let's say they come back, offer you this job that you really want, but they offer you 96. In my opinion, some people tell you different. In my opinion, you'd be a damn fool to turn a job down. You're going to turn a job down for $4,000 because it's somebody who hires people as an administrator. As somebody who hires people, I'm looking at your resume and seeing a year gap. And I'm thinking to myself, how bad you really want this job? Now, I'm not saying I'm lowballing you from a sense of you're wildly underpaid. You're probably at the median. It's probably done for budgetary reasons. If you ain't never had to do an operating budget, you wouldn't understand this, but look it up. You got to keep that. We're graded off of how well we stay within an operating budget. To give me a certain amount of money, it's on me to keep within that realm. The more I can save the company, the better it looks on me, the better my review is. You know what I'm saying? The faster I can track it into where I want to go. It's simple, right? It's a business. So you don't have a position of power to negotiate. Now, if you have 2 or 3 job offers, then it's different. You're running the risk of not getting this one, but it's different. The best position to negotiate for is when you have a job that you don't necessarily dislike. Like you rather move on, but nah, I'm cool. Just like think about it. When you interview and you don't have a job, you press a lot more than when you do have a job. When you do have a job, you're a lot more loose because you understand, yo, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? This is just me trying to elevate myself. When you don't have a job, you tend to press because you like, yo, I need a job. I need to get this money. I got bills to pay, so on and so forth. So again, going back, you're not negotiating from a position of power, ladies. When you look at it, statistically speaking, just going off of it. And there are 5 cities in particular that I named that you really ain't got no leverage. Houston, Atlanta, Charlotte, DC, Chicago. It's heavily black. You're going to see young black people, middle-aged black people making some money, executives, leadership positions, making, that's where you're going to see your top 8%, your 5%, your 3%, et cetera, et cetera. At least to me, the majority of them. I've been to all those places. I can tell you, black excellence lives there. I live in Houston. My boy used to stay in Atlanta. He stay in DC now. I grew up down the street from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlotte, I've been there. My other homeboys stay there. Like, yo, trust and believe. This is where black excellence lives, kind of concentrated, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of successful men and women there. So ladies, so you add in all those factors I said before. Then you got things like, is he heterosexual? Shout out to my LGBTQ team, you know what I'm saying? But is he heterosexual? Okay, that's one thing you got. So that limits the pool. Is he married? Do you not want to have kids previously? And then there are just some guys who are just going to play the game to play the game. I know this because I know cats who play the game. I know cats who are older than me who still play the game. Salute to them, they play the game. And they win 90% of the time. They play the game. Why? Because the game is, can I get from you what I want before you get from me what you want, period. The game is to be sold, not to be told. I'm telling y'all some tips and tricks. You guys have got to start looking at the situation for what it is. I'm not saying settle. I'm not saying let a dude cheat on you. I'm not saying let him beat on you. He shouldn't be abusing you mentally, physically, none of that. Verbally, none of that. I'm simply saying y'all are really doing yourself a huge disservice in how y'all are going about this, because this tweet being reposted as much as it has been on the Shade Room, reading the comments, yo, it's baffling to me because it's like, this is not real life for 97% of people, 99% of black people. Like, yo, what are you, come on, son. Like, come on. So let's say, for instance, he gets you a 2-bedroom apartment in Baytown, right? You know what I'm saying? He gets you a 2013 Altima. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's getting these things, but he's getting them on more of a realistic budget. Are you gonna be happy with that? Because my man can only afford these things. He can't afford this. See, when they saw this, they also saw subconsciously the game. Blue check mark, famous rapper, got bread. They not looking at this for every dude, because the average dude can't afford this. I think I make a pretty good living. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford to do this. Not all of this. I'm taking my wife to the nail shop. And we've gone and got, manis and pennies and, spent time together. Yo, that's a grip at the nail shop. Hair, bruh. Hair, not a game. Clothes, not a game. You know what I'm saying? Phone, groceries, okay, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? Mortgage, not a game. Car note, not a game. Like, yo, this is so indicative into like the mentality that some women have. Like, it don't make sense. I'm not saying all women. I'm just saying some. But I'm saying honestly, yo, we gotta reset the clock on some of this, because like I said, this don't make much sense at all. I saw this tweet and I was like, yo, that's crazy. And I was gonna do another blog. I'm gonna just rub it in here. There was another chick that I got into it on. I didn't get into it. We had a spirited conversation on Instagram earlier. So this dude, I think it was Earthquake, the comedian Earthquake, shout out to him. He posted a picture of a tweet or something of a guy explaining something happened. So apparently this guy and his girl at game night with their friends, right? And the card he pulled said, if you had to spend your time on a desert island with one person, who would it be? And my man responded, now this was crazy, my man, this is nuts. He responded, your friend. And he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't have the notes with me, but he said, I said she talks to her man, I said she supports her man, I said she's calm for every situation, blah, blah, blah. It's not about sex. You know what I'm saying? I see how she gives him peace. And apparently the wife just dove on him, like smacking him and all kind of crap. So he gets up embarrassed, grabs his coat, go home. And apparently the friends contact her later and say she was in the wrong. And I'm looking at the comments and the girls is wilding. He's right. He shouldn't have done that, this, and this. Now, let me be honest with you. Would I have done that? Hell no. Yo, I ain't stupid. I'm married. I ain't dumb. But what I was trying to explain to old girl was that what it proved, though, it proved he was right in a sense of what he was saying. Two, it proved something I think a lot of men aren't honest with themselves about, and it's that you can't be honest with your partner. Ladies, yo, honesty is important. If I can't be honest with you because you're gonna dive on me, then what? I'm like a hostage. I gotta either leave or be sneaky. Like, he was dead ass honest. He wasn't. Now, what I think the form was weird, right? But there's like, honestly, if she'd acted like that in public, she'd have wild out on private too. So my argument or my conversation with the girl was that I get what you're saying. It was wild. It's crazy that he said that in front of these people. I would have done it, being married for how long I've been married or whatnot. I know the right answer, but that man was being honest. Truthfully speaking, he was just like, "Look, man," and it was almost like he was giving her game. The problem was he gave her game in public. It didn't really work. He probably should have tried that in therapy. Um, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that was, to me, it was crazy at the comment. And we had a whole back and forth, and she was just on some different stuff. And then when I told her how long I've been married, she's like, "Well, you've been off game too long, this, and this." Because I was like, "Yo, women, some of y'all women are just destined to die alone." And again, I'm not trying to steal nobody else's swag. Like, it's true. Like, I start looking at things like, yo, some of my homegirls, I'm looking around like, yo, it's the prospects I heard is trash. I listen to them talk, but like, yo, some of these dudes is garbage. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, y'all wilding. And I look at that situation, I say to myself, yo, she could have handled that way better. She didn't have to go off on dudes like that. She could have played it cool in public. Then, they could have had a real spirited conversation to ride home. But she didn't do that. So again, it goes back to, are you negotiating from a position of power? Because my man, if this is a true story, I don't know if it is a true story, like, he could just up and leave on some, like, you know what, I'm Gucci on you, I'm good. And the fact of the matter is, when you're doing simple arithmetic, that man has a better chance of finding another woman than she has of finding a man. That's simple math, like simple math. Like this, I know women sick of hearing this. I know independence. I get all that. I was raised by a strong Black woman, single parent. She was raised by a strong woman, single parent. I get it. I got homegirls who are single parents. They doing amazing jobs. I get it. But there is something in this. There's something in the matrix that's broken, because I hear far too many women downing dudes and saying outlandish things, and I'm like, but you got no man. Just like, yo, you gonna be a love guru when you ain't got no man or a woman in that case. Like, it's hard. Like, yo, things I won't do, right? I won't take marriage advice from someone who ain't married. I won't take parenting advice from someone who ain't got kids. I won't get a tattoo from somebody who don't have tattoos, and I won't get my haircut from somebody who ain't got his haircut. Like, yo, like, it's just like, yo, in certain fields, in certain industries, like, I need to see you. You have to present yourself a certain way. Like, how am I hire a style coach who can't dress, or don't dress the way that I deem I should dress at my whatever the case may be, right? I'm gonna go buy a Benz from somebody who driving a Camry. You don't believe in your product. Maybe you can't afford it, but you still don't believe in your product. Like, it's certain things. Like, you ever been to the shoe store and bought shoes from somebody with busted kicks on? I've been in Phil Locker my whole life. I ain't never seen somebody with busted kicks. It may be kicks I want to rock, but I ain't never seen with busted kicks. He ain't coming out with grass cutting ones on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I say all that to say, the moral of the story is negotiate from a position of power. Um, you have to look at the landscape, make certain decisions. If you don't, you're gonna find yourself in a real uncomfortable situation. And yo, I want all my queens to win. all my black queens. I got lovely black friends who deserve good men. I just don't know how they're gonna find them at this age either. Like, it's not that they don't look, it's not that they timed out, in my opinion. It's that, where do you find them at? So, work, that's a no-no. You never find them at work. I mean, you can find them at church, but that comes with its own set of circumstances. The club or bar, yeah, but are they running game? Are they trying to talk to you? You know what I'm saying? The grocery store, like, I was blessed. I found my wife in college in a dining hall. I was blessed. But yo, if you don't find your spouse within a certain condensed area, it's just difficult. You know what I'm saying? So again, negotiate from a position of power. If you don't have a position of power, you have to negotiate differently. Your negotiating tactics cannot be the same if you don't have leverage. That is simple. That's job 101. Like I said before, you ain't got a job, I offer you a job. I'm within the price range, within a couple percentage points of where you want to be. You be a damn fool to turn a job down. Now, if you have a job, by all means, continue to look. It's on me to make the kind of offer to get you away from that job. But if your resume has an elongated period of time where you have not worked, you be a damn fool to turn a job down. Same thing about this. If you ain't had a stable relationship, or if you ain't really found somebody that you keep stopping and starting, ebbing and flowing, stopping and starting and flowing, yo, you need to really look at your criteria and make certain decisions, certain sacrifices, whatever that may be. Acquiesce to the point that you just gonna be out here living your best life. Cool. Do your thing, queens. Go with the girls, kick it, get your start out of food back on with the boo. I'm not mad at that. I'm just saying, yo, it ain't always dudes ain't ish. It ain't always this, and that. Fact of the matter is, some of y'all are now negotiating for a position of power, but y'all think y'all got the power because y'all fine, y'all attractive, y'all this, and that. Yo, that's cool. But if I'm being honest with you, ain't enough. Not today's society. Now when dudes is getting surgical information from other people that's being savages with it. So this is my first episode. Things will change. Bear with me on the editing. I'm gonna try to chop this up and make it, you know what I'm saying, more digestible possibly. I'm gonna be doing like 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 of these a week, if not a couple a day if I get time. Luckily right now, the house is clear, so I can just record in my crib. But yeah, we're gonna keep doing these. The next one I'm gonna drop on is probably gonna be on some battle rap or hip hop, whatever's dropping on Friday, maybe some hip hop news. I don't know. But I wanted to get these out.